Myself, Farzana Begum, lecturer in economics from GDCW, Golconda. Today I am going to deliver the lecture for BA first year students on topic analysis of production. Theory of production. Microeconomics consume that firms are the owners, managers, and sellers of commodity. Rational firm maximize profit or minimize loss. Instantaneous production, static analysis, series, ceteris paribus, technology, government, regulations, and demand constant. The first we have to know about the factors of production. The process of producing goods in the modern economy is very complex. A good has to pass through many stages and many hands unit it reaches the consumer's hand in a finished form. For the production process, there must be factor or resources, natural and man-made, with which to produce goods and services. Land, labor, capital, and organization. These four are the factors of production. Factors are durable and available as input in the next time period of production. So these four factors are very important for production. Land, land is a free gift of nature, though it is a free gift of nature with fixed and limited supply. It is not available free of cost. The supply of land is perfectly inelastic from the point of view of the economy. Land is immobile, it cannot be shifted from one place to another place. Land is not homogeneous. No two pieces of land are exactly same in fertility. It does not simply refers to land in the ordinary sense of the term, but also resources like forest, lakes, seas, rainfall, mountains, climate, weather, mineral. Land include not only the land used for agriculture or industrial purpose, but also all the national resources. Thus, land represent the sum total of natural resources available for the economy. Next, labor. The term labor may be defined as any action of mind or body which is undertaken with a view to earn some monetary reward. Labor is inseparable from the laborer himself. Labor is highly perishable in the sense that a day's loss of labor cannot be stored and he has no reserve price for his labor. Labor has a very weakening bargaining power. Labor power differs from laborer to laborer and hence it can be classified as unskilled and skilled labor. Next, capital. Capital may be defined as that part of wealth of an individual or community which is used for further production of wealth. Capital stock concepts, periodical income. The term capital is generally used for capital goods, Example, plant and machinery, tools and accessories, stock of raw material and good in process. It can be classified into real capital, building, plan, plants and machinery, and human capital. Human skill and ability, individual capital, personal property and social capital, road and bridges, fixed capital, expenditure incurred on buildings and machinery, and variable capital, expenditure incurred on daily wage, raw material, electricity. These all are in capitals. Organization or entrepreneurship. It is that factor of production which organizes plans and brings together all the factors of production. Entrepreneur or organizer is the employer of the factor of production. He produces goods and services after supervising and coordinating the activities of the factor of production. He also makes the payments to the factors for their contribution in the production process. Organizers supply services to organize the production and services for profit. The basic concepts of rent, wages, interest, and profit are explained in brief. The following: rent for the land, pays the rent. Capital, for capital, interest, labor can get wages. Production function. What is production function? A production function depicts the technological relationship between inputs and outputs. Q is equal to function of K, L. Here K is capital, L is labor. K and L are input, Q is output, F functional. Explain the functional relationship. It shows the maximum output that can be produced within a given quantity of input. When K and L increase, Q also increase. When input will increase, output also increase. The production function is here. We'll explain in short run and long run production function. Short run production function and long run production function. Short run is defined as a period of time when some factors are fixed. For example, capital. Capital can't change in short run. So here capital is constant and labor will be increased. In long run is the period of time when all the factors can be increased. All factors are variables and K can also increase and L also increase. Short run production function. Law of variable proportion. Law of variable proportion explain the short run production function. The law of variable proportion is a very important law of production in economic theory. This law explains the input-output relation when output is expanded by increasing one factor, keeping the quantity of other factor constant. Keeping all factors fixed and varying only one input, alter the ratio of input. mix. So when the variable factor is increased, keeping the amount of other factors constant, the ratio of the variable factors to the fixed factor keeps rising. In the law of variable proportion, we study the effect of change in factor proportion on the level of output. The law is the modern version of the classical law of diminishing returns. This law has some assumptions. The law of variable proportion is based on the following assumptions. The state of technology is assumed to be given and unchanged. The quantity of technology is assumed to be given and unchanged. The quantity of some inputs is kept constant and the quantity of one input is varied. The law is based on the possibility of varying the factor production. The law of variable proportion is not valued when there is a technical progress. As with technological advancement, the marginal and average product may rise. We can explain this law about the help of this table. Here K is constant. Labor only flexible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 labors are using. Total TP is total product and MP is marginal product. AP is average product. Total product is increasing in first stage, and then second stage it will be constant, and third stage it will be decreasing. When total product increase, marginal product here decrease, and when total product is shown in this figure, TP is total product curve, AP is average product curve, MP is marginal product curve. OX line shows the units of labor. OY explain the product, marginal product and total product and average product. Keeping K is constant and increasing L. Total product increase and increasing. And first stage, three stages in production. The stage of first stage क्या है? Increasing returns. In the first stage, the total product, average product and marginal product are positive and continue to rise throughout. As increasing dose of variable factors are added to the fixed factor, the total product increase at an increasing rate up to a certain point and at a decreasing rate thereafter. This is because of the rise of the marginal product, which rises rapidly in the beginning and at a lower rate thereafter. So here in the figure, the total product is increasing at an increasing rate in the first stage. The average product continues to rise throughout the first stage even when the marginal product of the variable factor is falling. The first stage is called the stage of increasing returns. The second stage is called diminishing returns. The second stage in the production is the stage of diminishing returns. In this stage, total product continues to rise but at decreasing rate. The second stage ends at the point where the marginal product is zero. At the point where the marginal product is zero, the total product is maximum. Total product will be constant in 170. When total product is constant or maximum, then marginal product will become zero. Diminishing returns occurs because a stage is reached where there is enough of variable factors to make optimum use of the available fixed factor. Further increase in the variable factor only causes a fall in average and marginal product. In other words, the amount of fixed factor is inadequate relative to the variable factor. The variable factor has lesser unit of fixed factor to work with. In the first stage, abundance of fixed factor causes increasing returns, and in the second stage, shortage of fixed factor causes diminishing returns. Increasing and decreasing returns occur because in the indivisibility of the fixed factor. The variable factor can be optimally utilized at the point where the average product is maximum. Beyond that level, when additional unit of variable factor are added, output will diminish. The fall in the average product is due to the combination of fixed and variable factor in the wrong proportion. In third stage is called negative returns. Even after the zero marginal product, if the variable factor continues to increase, the marginal product become negative and total product decline. This is the stage of negative returns. Negative returns occur due to the excessive dose of variable factor that affect the efficiency of the fixed factor negatively, where the total product instead of rising it declines. Thus in the third stage, the total product curve slopes downward and marginal product begin negative, cuts the x-axis and lies below. Therefore, an AP continues to fall. AP, that means average product, continues to fall. Applicability of the law of variable proportion. The law of variable proportion explains the changes in output when some factors are kept constant and the quantity of one factor is varied. The classical and the new classical economics view the three stages of production wise increasing, diminishing and negative returns as three distinct phases. But modern economics view the three stages as the three phases of production process. Classical and new classical economics believe that the general trend in manufacturing sector in increasing and constant returns and diminishing returns as a common occurrence in agriculture. Importance of the law. The law has universal applicability as it is not only applicable to agriculture and industry but also to other sectors like mining, fishing, etc. The law of diminishing returns is the basis of Malthusian theory of population, which scientifically and systematically explain the relationship between growth of population and growth of food grains production, and state that the growth rate of food grains lags behind the rate of growth of population. The law of diminishing returns is also the basis of the marginal productivity theory. Law of diminishing marginal productivity. Other things remaining constants. If the input of one factor alone increase, a point will be reached when the condition to total product made by it will diminish. Therefore, the producer has to decide how much of labor inputs into employees so as to maximize his output. Assuming W is equal to 0 in a free labor, the producer will employ labor up to the point where TP is maximum, total productive maximum, or where MP is equal to 0, marginal product will be 0. Wage rate here is 0. We can explain from with this help of this graph TP, total wages, MP marginal product. Here this point marginal product, labor's marginal product and his wage is equal. The organizer will use the labor, increase the labor at that point only, where MP marginal product is equal to his total wage. Thank you. Awesome.